The Resilience Project is a research project where we are really trying to accelerate our ability to develop new therapies. And we know from some recent examples, like in HIV, that there are, in rare cases, there are people whose biology may actually hold clues for developing these new drugs. And so one example is in HIV. And in the 90s, it was discovered, researchers discovered that there was a population of people who had HIV but never went on to develop AIDS. And as they studied these individuals, they found that they had a genetic mutation called CCR5, which made them resistant to HIV. And this genetic mutation then became the target for new drug therapies. And there's one drug on the market now that came out of this research. And so one of the questions that we're looking at is, how do we systematize the search for these kinds of resilient properties? And how do we have a global dragnet around the world looking for people who have genetic biomarkers that say that they should be at increased risk for disease, but somehow they've escaped it. And their biology or their environment has some compensatory mechanism that has enabled them to escape this disease. And so how do we actually find these people and decode them as a path for discovering new therapies for disease? We've looked at retrospectively about 600,000 genomes from around the world. And we looked at a host of highly penetrant childhood disorders, things like Bloom syndrome, Usher's, spinal muscular atrophy, and over 100 Mendelian diseases. And asked the question, how many people of these, in these 600,000, have made it to adulthood or otherwise healthy, and then those would be candidates for resilience. And from there, we actually have found a lot of candidates retrospectively to go through. And one of the problems that we face is relying on relationships through partners who have the relationships with the individuals who have the genetic information. It's not always possible to go back and recontact the individuals and do workup and to try to figure out how this person managed to be resilient. So we are also looking to start a prospective research study where anybody from the general public can enroll and get genetic analysis done and looking for clues for resilience.